Sophia goes first. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sophia Pappas, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the DOE's Division of Early Childhood Education. And I couldn't be more thrilled to welcome you here today for our first ever citywide Pre-K Day of Action. As you know, we're embarking on a historic initiative to provide high-quality full-day pre-K for all of our city's 4-year-olds. And in order to make that a reality, we are coming together today to support families in understanding their pre-K options, to encourage them to enroll, and to make sure that as many families and children participate in our pre-K programs this September. So I want to thank you all for coming together to support this initiative. And as a former pre-K teacher, I have to say it's incredible to see hundreds of you here at Tweed, the DOE's headquarters in Manhattan, and to know that across the city in all 5 boroughs, we'll have hundreds of volunteers, DOE staff members, community partners, elected officials, and our pre-K programs supporting these efforts. So thank you. The group that's here today and across the city is really a testament to our collective efforts to make this historic initiative a reality, to make high-quality full-day pre-K a reality for our 4-year-olds. And I'm here joined today by Mayor Bill de Blasio, our school's chancellor, Carmen Farina, Deputy Mayor Richard Bury, and the 3 of them together is really powerful because they're providing the leadership and the vision to make all this possible. We also have several others whom you'll hear from today. We have a parent from a pre-K program in Jamaica, Queens, who will have a 4-year-old in one of our full-day pre-K programs this fall. We also have a principal from Staten Island who, previous to that, supported pre-K programs in the Bronx and Brooklyn. And we have the head of a community-based center from Brownsville, Brooklyn, who's also here today and you'll hear from. Also in attendance, we have several members of the early childhood team, the DOE's family engagement team, and other DOE staff that will be supporting us today. We have schools principals, we have early childhood center directors, we have a pool of around 100 substitute teachers who will also be supporting our outreach efforts, and we have representatives from City Hall and the Mayor's Community Affairs Unit. So thank you all again. Just to give you a flavor of what will be happening today, we'll have canvassing in all 5 boroughs following these simultaneous kickoff events. We will also be continuing to support families in public schools as they pre-register for pre-K. So we have parent coordinators and early childhood social workers and other school-based staff playing a critical role in those efforts. We will have enrollment and outreach specialists reaching out directly to families, calling them and giving them in-person support so that they understand their options and can enroll. And we also have our community-based programs doing their own tabling events and other events in their communities to increase awareness and to bring in as many children as possible. So as I mentioned, we're going to be encouraging families to enroll. We're going to be making sure they understand their options. And we're going to continue our efforts even after today. But today is a really special event because we have hundreds of us, DOE staff, community partners, elected officials, parent coordinators, and others across the city supporting this effort. So without further ado, I'll start our speaking program. I have the pleasure of introducing our city's school's chancellor, who as a lifelong educator knows firsthand how vital high-quality pre-K is for our children and for the city. So please welcome school's chancellor, Carmen Farina.
Good morning.
I think any 4-year-old in the city of New York should be aware today. Because if you're walking the streets or playing the playground, someone is bound to say to you, and how old are you? And have you registered yet? So that's really our hope, that there is no child left uncounted and not supported enough to become registered, whether it's at a CBO or a public school. We want to see them all in school starting in September. And very honestly, this is not just about babysitting. It's about a lot of other things. Most importantly, as we put together the vision and we have our pillars, it is very clear that some of the things that we're aiming for is that all children by the end of second grade will be reading on grade level, that all 7th graders will be socially, emotionally, and academically ready for high school, and that all 10th graders will be college ready and workforce ready by 10th grade. So if we are going to be able to accomplish that, we know that UPK gives us a whole other year of readiness, and it really is crucial that these children come to school in a way that allows them to feel good about themselves, to have self-esteem, as well as to begin the reading readiness that they need to accomplish all the other things they need to do in school. It's really my pleasure to have worked with the mayor over a period of time, and the one thing I have to say is that although he's committed to all education, he really gets that 4-year-olds need something very special. And he could have made promises about anything when he was running for mayor, but because this became one of the most important things that he campaigned on, I think it really shows also where his values are and where his moral compass is. So it's really my pleasure to introduce to you today Mayor de Blasio, who's going to be known as the Pre-K King from now on. Thank you.
You know, this weekend, this Saturday, is the Mermaid Parade in Brooklyn, and my son Dante is King Neptune, and my daughter Chiara is Queen of the Mermaids. So if I get to be Pre-K King, at least I'm keeping up with them. That's pretty good. I want to thank the Chancellor. I've known Carmen Farina now for about 15 years, and her extraordinary passion for educating every child in this city. I think you've all seen it and felt it. I am so appreciative to her for all of her efforts, and I love deeply the fact that she started out in a classroom in New York City public schools, teaching, was a great teacher, worked her way up to be a great principal, and now is a great chancellor for our school system. Thank Carmen Farina. The energetic Sophia Pappas, who, since this effort has begun, has not slept or eaten even once, and will not be allowed to until every child is enrolled. Sophia, thank you. And then a special thank you to our Deputy Mayor, Richard Bury, who is doing an extraordinary job leading our efforts on pre-K, on after-school, on community schools. We thank him for this extraordinary effort he's put together for our city. You're going to hear from some great school leaders and community leaders in the course of this session. I want to thank Carol Mongiello, the principal at PS 59 on Staten Island. I want to thank Joan Kuo, the center director at SCO First Step NYC, an early childhood center in Brownsville, Brooklyn, for all the work they do. Let's thank them for what they do. Now, I think everyone here knows how important this moment is. I hope you feel the energy I feel. I think you do, because this is a transformative moment for our city. And you are part of this history right now. You're going to make a difference today and in the days that follow, because we're doing this to reach out to a whole other generation of kids and give them the start that we wish so many other kids had been given. But we're going to do it now. We're going to do it the right way this time, in our time. And it's going to then reverberate forward, because those children being given that better start are going to learn better, are going to have better lives ahead. Their families will be uplifted. And then the whole school system will start to improve, because year after year, as more kids get that foundation, our school system will get stronger and stronger. For everyone here for all the work you do. Your work will be amplified. The results will be better because of what we start here today. Someone said to me once, talk about pre-K the same way you would talk about building a house. If you're going to build a strong house, it begins with a strong foundation. And full-day, high-quality pre-K is that strong foundation for our children. We have needed it to be universal for years and years. We've heard the phrase universal for years and years, but it wasn't real. But now we're making it real. Because of what you're doing today, we will make it real for the children of this city. Starting this year, over 50,000 kids. Going into next year, over 70,000 kids. By the end of the following school year, every child who wants full-day pre-K in this city will have it. And your efforts today are a key part of it, so give yourselves a round of applause. And remember that you are doing so much not only for these individual children, but for their entire families, because you're opening up opportunity for those families. We know how many families in this city are struggling, and we know that trying to find the right situation for their children is another part of that struggle. And we know a lot of families pay so much to find a good option, even when they don't have much. And we know sometimes parents can't work the hours they'd like to work because they don't have a good option for their children. When you think about all that, what you're doing today is helping families move forward too, because if parents know they have a reliable, free, full-day option, did I mention it's free? Free, full-day option. This reminds me of one of my favorite community-based pre-K centers. The A to Z Center in Queens Village had outside a banner that said, free full-day pre-K, and then they put on top of that, free, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, and then they repeated that 3 times. So the fact that families, including so many families struggling economically, struggling with multiple jobs, struggling with difficult schedules, will now have something they can rely on. And you're going to help them get that. You're going to help them connect to that. Imagine what you're doing to strengthen that family, to give them a little relief from their burden, and to allow them to move forward economically. There's so much good that's happening here. Now, it only works if we get to the parents. And you know what Carmen says, right, that wherever I see or whenever she sees a family with a child that appears to be a 4-year-old, we go like this. Do you have one of these forms? We are quick to draw with our form. And it's so important. By the way, just so you know, government's getting a little better. This is a 1-page form. Okay? 1 page and you're in the game. This is it. Look, there's no secrets here. There's no trapdoor. 1 simple page and the process gets started to get a child into pre-K. We need you to help parents to understand that this has been made straightforward and simple and easy for them, because we want them to succeed and we want their children to succeed. So there's not a lot of bureaucracy and complication here, but they still need to understand the time to apply is now. They can't wait, because we know how busy life is. We know how complicated life is. We need to convince parents to apply now while the school year is still going, between now and the 26th, next Thursday the 26th. It's so important to get them while their attention is focused. It's so important to help them with the form, make sure they understand it, make sure they know what to do. We have the ability to connect them to something wonderful. And we have lots of great options all over the city. And they can apply for as many as they want to. I keep saying it's like the lotto. Apply as many times as you can for the ones that work for you, because that's going to maximize the chance for them finding the right slot for their kid. But that is up to you to get the word across and let them feel your urgency. I think we know that the difference it can make in our children's lives is extraordinary. But parents are going to say to you, very legitimately, they're going to say, is it really going to be what I hope it'll be? Will it be high quality? Will it be safe and secure? You can assure them that we're expending extraordinary effort to make sure that the programs in each and every community-based option are exactly the same high quality as the ones sponsored in our public schools, that we're constantly monitoring the quality, that we have a huge quality control staff that's out there all the time, that we're making sure that the physical plant and the health and safety is of the highest quality. We've said very clearly, any program that doesn't measure up to our standards isn't going to be a part of our pre-K program. We had a lot of programs that applied, a lot of organizations that applied, didn't happen to meet our standards. They're not a part of this program. So you can tell parents, we've done a lot of quality control here to make sure this works for them. You can tell them we've worked very hard to find as many sites as possible in and around their neighborhoods. Now, by the way, some parents will not find a site as close as they want to their home. That is going to be something that's a challenge. We understand that. But we found all the quality sites we could, and it's important to say to them then, look, this is an extraordinary opportunity for your child. This is going to be transcendent for your child. It's for free. It's going to make their lives better. It's going to make your life better. Maybe you have to travel a little farther than you wanted to. Maybe you want to choose a center nearer to your work than your home. But find a good option for your child because it will make a profound difference. That's what they need to hear from you. And when they hear it from you, it's going to open their eyes. It's going to help them focus. It's going to help them get that application done. Let me finish by saying this. You have an opportunity here. As I started, I want to say it again. You have a chance to help make history. Because this effort is going to frame the future of education in New York City. And by the way, I assure you it's being watched very carefully all over the country. Mayors from around the country talk to me all the time. They want to know how it's going. They want to know how they can take this model and build on it. People are watching because this could change the way we think about education all over this country. If we show in the biggest city in the country that we can get full-day pre-K for all and we can make it work, then it's my hope that pre-K will spread like wildfire all over and strengthen this whole nation. You're on the cutting edge of this moment. You're in a position to help secure this victory for the children of this city, the families of the city, and for the future of this city. Use your persuasive skills. Talk to parents, listen to their concerns, help them understand, help them get the answers they need to their questions. Go through the form with them. Sit with them while they fill out the form, whether it's online or on paper. Navigate with them. With your energy, with your persuasive skills, it's going to make a huge difference. Now, if parents say they want more information, let me give you an example of how easy it is. Sophia, step forward. Sophia, turn and show the back of your T-shirt. Thank you. All right, so you can. Here's your three options. You can visit nyc.gov/pre-K. You can text pre-K, P-R-E-K, to 877-877, or you can call 311. Thank you, Sophia. And all the information that they need is available. That's how simple it is. You can apply online, you can apply on paper, you can go to the community-based organization, you can work with people in your school. Whatever gets the job done, we've made it easy and simple and quick. I'll finish with this. I think I'm preaching to the converted when I say there's nothing more transformative in our society than a quality education. I think that is true today more than at any other point in history. I think the demands being placed on our children today are much greater than when we were all growing up. If you want to succeed economically, you need a stronger educational foundation than even we needed when we were growing up. Which is why, when you're talking to parents, remind them, you're helping them get what their children need to be strong in today's world. It's a different ballgame today. But if kids get that strong foundation, they can prosper. We all know parents care so deeply about their children. They think about their children's future. It's the core of their hopes and dreams that their child will do well. You're going to help give them the keys to that future. And a quote that I think says it about what it means for his families, but what it means for all of us. Nelson Mandela said something so simple. He said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. It's as simple as that. This is the difference maker, and you're going to help unlock it and open it up for so many children and families. One moment en español, if you please. Trabajando juntos, vamos a mejorar la vida de los niños y los padres de Nueva York. Aseguraremos programas de pre-kinder para todos los niños. Cada niño merece recibir una educación de calidad. You're going to get them that educación de calidad with your efforts today. You're going to make it possible for so many children. I want to thank you for everything you have done and everything you will do. And now I want to bring up a parent leader who can speak from the heart about what this means for parents and families, and I want to thank her for all of her good work. Juanita Blackman Jones is president of the Parent Advisory Committee at Alpha Kappa Alpha Daycare Center in Jamaica, Queens. She has a 4-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter at the center, and she knows what a difference programs like this can make. Let's welcome Juanita. I thought I'd put the microphone down.
Good morning. Like the mayor said, my name is Juanita Blackman, and I am the president of the PAC, which is a Parent Advisory Committee at Alpha Kappa Alpha. My son, Jalen, a 4-year-old, will be starting pre-K in September. And I must say, as a parent who believes that education is the key to the future, this program is wonderful. The extended hours accommodates working parents like myself, and the expansion also accommodates working parents like myself. The COB, which is a community-based early childhood center, has made the process so much easier. I know very little about the registration process, and they have thoroughly explained it to me. They helped me every step of the way, and the transition from early childhood into pre-K has been very easy. So thank you.
Thank you, Anita. I'm pleased to introduce our principal speaker. Carol Mangello, as the mayor said, is a principal from Staten Island, PS 59. I'm also thrilled to introduce Carol because she actually used to work for our central early childhood office. She has extensive experience providing support to pre-K teachers in both Brooklyn and the Bronx. She started her career as a second grade teacher in Brooklyn, so she really understands the full spectrum of early childhood ed. She knows what a difference pre-K can make as children transition into the early grades. And a year ago, she brought all of that expertise to her role as the principal at PS 59 in Staten Island. She now currently has 2 full-day pre-K classes that are full, and she is so thrilled to be here today to talk about the benefits of pre-K and what that means for her school community. So please welcome Carol Mangello.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome. I'm Carol Mangello, and I am the principal of a new school on Staten Island, the Harborview School. And in addition to my long career as an educator, I've also been an advocate for early childhood education. And being exposed to so many families and children and seeing different schools around the city, I was inspired to pursue opening a new school. I was really inspired by the quote by Mahatma Gandhi, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And for me, this motivated me to write a proposal and open a public school where children will have the opportunity to engage in a developmentally appropriate environment, rich with learning centers, hands-on project and inquiry-based experiences, and exposure to the arts, all while exploring the wonderful city in which we live in. I'm also fortunate to have been given an opportunity to have 2 full-day pre-K classrooms. So as a principal, I was able to see the impact of children coming into our school for kindergarten with and without prior school experiences. The children who attended pre-K came in much more prepared socially, emotionally, academically, and intellectually. They were ready to take on learning experiences, engage in conversations, and work collaboratively with others. This year, our pre-K children engage in learning through in-depth studies of various topics. Each unit of study provided children with opportunities to learn rich vocabulary, ask questions, engage in dialogues with classmates, vote, explore, research, wonder, discover, all while gaining the necessary academic skills. One of my favorite units was on transportation. Through the democratic process, one class chose to study airplanes while the other chose to study trains. The class studying trains transformed their dramatic play area into a train station with a turnstile and a MetroCard booth that the children helped design and make from the research that they had done. The room was rich with photographs and words related to the topic, and they used these words in their writing attempts, in their drawings, or to spark conversation. They went on a field trip to the St. George train station and experienced a turnstile firsthand and asked questions to the token booth clerk, as well as to passengers going by. The children also learned about the many other ways to get around our city. Families were invited in for end-of-unit celebration. Most importantly, they are now able to have conversations with their families while walking home, taking the train, or around the dinner table about their learning because their experiences that they were provided with were authentic and relevant to their daily lives. This past year has made me very aware of the need families have for pre-K options in their communities. The positive response from families was evident in the large number of applicants and the extensive wait list for a spot in our programs. Last year and this year, families would call regularly, hoping desperately that a spot would open. I have also become aware of how many families did not even know about pre-K or that it was free for their child. I am excited, glad, and hopeful that today's day of action, along with the expansion of seats citywide, will reach those families and provide more children with high-quality early childhood programs. I would like to personally thank Mayor de Blasio, Chancellor Farina, the Office of Early Childhood, and all of New York City for believing in the benefits of early childhood education and investing in universal pre-K. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. As Mayor de Blasio noted, we have the ability to offer parents high-quality pre-K options in both public schools and in community-based early childhood centers that the DOE partners with. So you've just heard from a principal of a public school, and now you'll hear from Joan Kuo, who runs an early childhood education center in Brownsville, Brooklyn. The center is called First Step NYC. It's part of a larger organization called SCO Family of Services. They serve children birth to 5, and this September we'll have more full-day pre-K to accommodate more 4-year-olds in their site. Joan is a Queens native. She also has taught pre-K and kindergarten for 8 years. She left us for a little while to go to Georgia to teach and to provide coaching and support at a demonstration site for early language development. But she came back to New York because this being where she's from, she wanted to make a difference for young children and families across the city. So she came to First Step, which is also a demonstration site, where she runs a high-quality pre-K program and has been very busy in the past few weeks since she found out that she would be getting more full-day pre-K to accept additional families. So I'm pleased to welcome Joan, who will tell you more about her program and her experiences in early childhood education. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Joan Kuo. I am the Center Director at First Step NYC in Brownsville, Brooklyn. First Step NYC is a community-based early childhood center run by SCO Family of Services. At SCO, we pride ourselves on creating partnerships with our families and with the community in order to prepare our students for kindergarten. I myself am a pre-K teacher at heart, and what I learned from my experience in the classroom and what I see every day at First Step now is that what children learn before the age of 5 become the foundation of what they will learn for the rest of their lives. In fact, research shows the interactions and the play that happen in pre-K classrooms become the basis for reading comprehension and critical thinking later on in elementary school. So it is up to us in the pre-K business to provide children with the tools they need to enter kindergarten on track to be successful lifelong learners. That's why we are very excited and very grateful to be able to offer 10 more UPK classrooms with SEO this fall. We have seats available in Brooklyn, and Queens, so please sign up with the DOE or at seo.org. On behalf of all community-based early childhood centers that offer universal pre-K, thank you, Mayor de Blasio, Chancellor Farina, and the Department of Education for taking this critical step to making quality pre-K a reality in New York City. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. And I'm pleased to introduce for our final speaker who will send us off for our day of action to get as many families to apply as possible and to make sure they know about their options, Deputy Mayor Richard Bury, who also knows firsthand the benefits of high-quality early childhood education. So please welcome Deputy Mayor Richard Bury.
Good morning. Good morning. So I want to thank the mayor, the chancellor, all of our parent speakers, our principal, our CBEC leader. Thank all of you for being here. Again, my name is Richard Bury, and I have the world's most amazing job because I get to help make all of this happen. So I was given the charge of rallying you about why this is so important. I think after these speakers, I think that is really unnecessary because you've heard why this is so important. You've heard from a parent what a great early childhood education means. You've heard from a principal what it means. You've heard from a community-based early childhood center what it means. What I want you to know is that we are very lucky in this city because we have in City Hall not just a mayor, but I think I should call you the parent advocate in chief. Because what Mayor de Blasio does every day, and I guess maybe it's because of his experience as a public school parent, if he pushes us every day to make sure that the process of applying to a pre-kindergarten seat is as easy, as seamless as possible. He understands that being a parent in this city is not always easy. And everything that we can do as a city to make this seamless, to connect families to these programs, whether they're located in public schools or community-based early childhood centers, he pushes us to make this process as easy as possible. And that's why you're all here. That's what this is about. And we've done a lot. You've heard about the easy enrollment. The mayor stole my visual. I was going to make you come up too. You know how easy it is to find information online by calling 311, by going to nyc.gov/pre-K. You can download an application, you can submit it online, you can mail it here, you can bring it to a CBEC. Any way you can think of to get an application in, it's going to be okay. What we need you all to do is to go out and let parents know that this program is here, explain to them why pre-K is so important, and to make sure that they know how to connect with us. That great movie Field of Dreams, they said if you build it, they will come. We don't want to take that for granted. We're building it, but your job is to make sure that those parents actually come. One of the cool things that I get every day, at the end of every day, I get an email from our great team of enrollment specialists, and we've hired dozens of staff full-time to go out in the city to make sure that parents understand these programs. And I get an email every day that explains, they have a couple of stories. And it's amazing that parents are so thankful to have an employee of the Department of Education give them a call and explain to them how to sign up for these programs. So you've heard that you have a chance to make history, and you do. It's not often in life that we have a chance to be a part of history. You have a chance to be a part of history. I can tell you that parents are so grateful to have us, not only to make a process be easy, but to proactively reach out to them and say, look, what questions do you have? Do you need to know about programs in your neighborhood? Do you need to know how to fill out these forms? Parents are so welcoming and so appreciative of the support. And so I know you're going to get a great turnout today. Around the room, you'll see lots of other staff in those blue t-shirts. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you want to know how to sign up, how to be deployed, go find one of the staff who have those great blue pre-K t-shirts. They'll help you get signed up for today or other days. As the mayor said, we want to get as many applications in by June 26th because we know at the end of the school year is when parents are really focused on the fall. We want to make sure we take advantage of the next several days to make sure that parents are connected. And at the end of the day, we just want to remember that opportunity starts now. Opportunity starts now, and we all have a chance to bring opportunity to the children and families of New York City. I want to thank all of you for your leadership, for your hard work, for your service and dedication. Go out there and get them. Go get these applications back, and let's get some kids in pre-K seats starting September. Thank you very much.